Kia ora, everyone. Welcome to an exclusive webinar presented by Immigration Advisors New Zealand Limited in collaboration with the University of Auckland. I'm Priyanka Amin, your host for today's session. It's a pleasure to have every one of you joining us today. So today's webinar is an exciting opportunity to explore a world of study opportunities at the prestigious University of Auckland. So whether you're considering furthering your education, exploring career pathways, or seeking skilled migration opportunities with New Zealand, this session has something valuable in store for you for sure. So once again, to all our participants connecting with us virtually for today's webinar, thank you for sincerely dedicating your time to engage in this important conversation. We just want to make sure that your questions are addressed and that you have the chance to interact directly with our panelist. And therefore, I would like to urge each one of you that you can use the Q&A feature, which is there at the bottom, to submit your questions. Whether you want to get clarity on the discussed content or just a clarity on questions that you may have about the university, this is the time. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions. All right, with that said, now I will move on to our next slide. So once again, my name is Priyanka Amin. I'm the Client Relations Manager with Immigration Advisors New Zealand Limited. And I will be the host for today's session. Now, the screen would tell you who we are. We are headquartered in Auckland, New Zealand. If you see the picture on the left, the building, that's where our office is located. We are based out of Auckland and we consist of 4 licensed immigration advisors. Our team strength lies in its diversity, having helped clients from over 30 countries, offering tailored immigration solutions to meet each individual's unique needs. We are supported by a diverse staff representing over 6 different nationalities. So we bring in a deep understanding of various cultures, their backgrounds to our work. Collectively, we possess over 20 years of experience, which is like nearly over 2 decades in the immigration industry, guiding individuals and families through the intricacies of the immigration process. Our reach extends far beyond New Zealand, with local presence in key locations including India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Bangladesh, and Middle East, which helps us to serve clients worldwide. And we are proud to be the most reviewed licensed immigration advisors in New Zealand, showing how committed we are to doing a great job and making sure our customers are happy. So now that you know a bit about us, you can clearly see that we know what we are doing and we are always ready to help you guys. All right. So now, as you know, and you have seen on the screen, that we have a distinguished panel of speakers who will be sharing their insights and expertise with us today. We have 3 wonderful ladies. The first up we have is Amita Gejji as the International Manager at the University of Auckland. Amita plays a pivotal role in facilitating the international student recruitment and engagement. With a passion for promoting global education opportunities, Amita is committed to providing students with access to world-class academic programs and support services. Her expertise in international education will enrich our webinar's discussion for sure. Amita, would you like to say hi to our participants?
Yeah, really happy to have you join virtually, so I can see that number is growing. It would be really nice if each of you could just drop us a little note on chat to say where you're joining us from, because we do hope that we're covering quite a few different regions, and we're really excited because for us as well, it's good to hear from you. We'd like to keep a lot of time for engaging in question answers at the end. So welcome and thank you very much for making the time, and we're really keen to chat with you.
Thank you, Amita. So next we have is May Al-Sharaf, an international manager at the University of Auckland, where she focuses on fostering relationships with prospective relationships with students and supporting their journey to academic success. With extensive experience in international student recruitment and admissions, May is dedicated to helping students navigate the process of studying abroad. Her insights will be valuable to our audience seeking to explore opportunities at the University of Auckland. So, May, would you like to say hello to our participants?
Hello everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're very excited to talk to you about the University of Auckland and hear from you with all your wonderful questions later on in the session and be able to answer as many of those as we can. So thank you again.
Thank you, May. And then we have Ms. Vandana Rai, a senior licensed immigration advisor and CEO of Immigration Advisors New Zealand Limited. Ms. Vandana brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to the table, having served in the immigration industry for several years. Her expertise in navigating complex immigration processes and a dedication to helping clients make her a valuable resource for individuals and families alike. So, everyone, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to all our speakers. All right, with that, now let's delve into what we have in store for you today. So, scope of today's webinar. So, first up, we will be providing you with an insightful introduction to one of the top institutions in the world, the University of Auckland. So, get ready to discover what sets this prestigious university apart and why it's a top choice for students globally. After that, next, we will be offering a comprehensive overview of the programs available at the University of Auckland. Whether you are interested in undergraduate or postgraduate studies, we will cover everything you need to know about the diverse range of programs they offer. After that, we will be navigating through the admissions process together from the application requirements point of view to deadlines. We will guide you step by step on how to successfully apply. And following that, we will shift our focus to career and job prospects in New Zealand. We will explore the exciting opportunities available in this dynamic and vibrant country. Then we will discuss the pathways to skill migration. So if you're considering making New Zealand your home, we will provide you with valuable insights into the immigration process and how you can leverage your education and skills to build a fulfilling career and life in New Zealand. And finally, we will open the floor to our Q&A session. This is your opportunity to ask our experts any burning questions you may have about studying at the university, pursuing a career in New Zealand, or anything else related to today's topic. So get your questions ready. And with this, now I will be passing the virtual flow over to Amita, who will be guiding us through the presentation from her screen. So Amita, whenever you're ready, I shall stop share my screen.
Thank you so much. I'll share my screen and we'll start the discussion. Thanks for those who are popping in their locations. I can see you're coming from different places. It's wonderful to see that. And I'm going to just share my screen now. Sorry. So I hope you can see that now.
Yes.
All right. So I'm handing over to you, May, so you can begin the presentation.
Thank you, Amita, and thank you again to everyone who is on the call with us today. So kicking off, I wanted to introduce you first to the city of Auckland. Auckland City is also known as Tamaki Makaurau. That is the indigenous name for Auckland City. It is the largest city in New Zealand and a very multicultural place to live. It's been ranked one of the most livable cities in the world, and it is also our commercial hub of New Zealand. What that means for you is that there are many opportunities for you during your studies in terms of part-time jobs, but also after graduating and what that means in terms of finding a job or a career in Auckland or elsewhere in New Zealand. So it's a really wonderful city, and I wanted to touch on the multicultural aspect of it. Both Amita and I are Kiwis, but we're not born in New Zealand. In Auckland, 25% of the population are not from New Zealand. So you won't feel alone. You'll find people that you will gel with. And there's also opportunities for you to learn about different cultures that you might not have access to or been aware of previously. So moving on to the University of Auckland, we are ranked in the top 100. We are the only New Zealand university ranked in the top 100 at number 68. But our reputation doesn't stop there. You also, as a graduate from the University of Auckland, you'll have access to wonderful graduate employability opportunities. And you can see our ranking there also in the top 5. We've been ranked as most innovative, and many of our subjects have also been ranked in the top 50. This year's ranking shows 10 of our subjects ranked in the top 50 in the world, from marketing to education, psychology, and engineering. So a wide range of our subjects are highly ranked. And what that means for you as a student and a prospect looking to study at the university, you know that you're coming to be taught by top educators, access to wonderful high quality facilities, and opportunities to hone in your skills to become the best graduate that you can. So I wanted to share a brief video, so please enjoy this before we get on to talking about the different programs. Moving forward that come out of the University of Auckland. Yeah. So in terms of the faculties, we have 8 different faculties, from arts to business, education, science, engineering, medical and health sciences, architecture, and of course law, in addition to 2 major research institutions and many centers across campus. So really a very interdisciplinary and comprehensive university. All right, so I will leave you there and pass you over to Amita.
Thanks, May, and I hope you enjoyed the video, which gives you a really good sense of what's happening, the kind of cutting edge innovation that's happening at the university, and the wonderful facilities that we offer to our students. So I'm going to talk, I don't know what exactly the makeup of this audience is today, but I'm just going to talk about some of the main programs in our different faculties that are popular in the South Asia and Middle East markets. So our engineering faculty faculty is really world class, and it's New Zealand's leading engineering faculty. Our researchers are leading the world in their discoveries and their developments, as you've seen. And we have associations with all of the large association bodies within the engineering ecosystem. So we're doing a really good job of how we're represented globally as well. So if I look at the programs, what you are seeing here on the left, I think, of your screen here, are the programs that are the most popular in that particular region. And our Master of Engineering is our flagship program. We get a lot of students because it's got a huge number of disciplines or subject areas that you can study in, and it can be 120 or 180. So that's a 1 year or a 1.5 year, depending on what you have studied. So typically, if you've done a 4-year engineering degree, say in India, then or in that part of the world, then usually you can go in for a 1 year. And if there's some research component, then you need to do a year of postgraduate study as well. So that's a really one of the most top popular programs that we are seeing students coming. And then we've got the Master of Engineering, which is more a research focused program. So those who are really interested into doing projects and are happy to do a dissertation and want to really go into inquiry into a particular subject of their choice, this is a great program for those kinds of students. It does require a supervisor. You need to have a research topic for dissertation. So you have to have a bit more engagement with the topic or the subject before you apply for such a program. And then we've got the Master of Engineering Management, which is really like an MBA for engineers. So you've got maybe a little bit of experience, or you really want to go into a managerial position within the engineering faculty, then that's something that you can look at. And then we've got the project management, which is again accredited by the Global Accreditation Center. Again, for this one, for the project management, you would require at least 2 years of relevant professional engineering experience. So that's for those who are already working, are in the engineering area, and are looking to grow or study a little bit more and use University of Auckland to pivot into a fantastic career in that space. Now, civil engineering is one of our top programs because it is also within the world's top 50 programs and looked at as a very key program for the faculty. It covers 6 subdisciplines. So you've got construction, environmental, geotechnical, structural, transportation, water. So all of that is covered under Master of Civil Engineering. We, of course, have a lot of other masters which are equally well positioned, are very well focused on research. They have a lot of new technologies that are being deployed. And again, it's a top class facility. So there is a lot of interdisciplinary work as well within those particular engineering projects, and doing really, really well for those students who are interested. Once we are done at the end, if anyone has specific questions, then we can address those for any particular program that you're looking at. But here's to just give you a bit of a sense of what the specializations are in our taught engineering program and in our research engineering program. So it's quite a variety. No matter what your interest is, one of these specializations will pretty much cover the area of your interest. May, you want to talk about the science faculty?
Thank you, Amita. So with the science faculty, there are many different subjects that you can choose from in terms of majors and specializations. It's one of the largest faculties at the University of Auckland. And as you can see, it is also very highly ranked. 6 of the science subjects are ranked in the top 100. Some of the programs that I wanted to touch on from the Faculty of Science, you've got the Master of Information Technology, and this program includes a 10-week internship, which is why it's very popular. It gives you access to working with real companies that have real problems. A lot of the students have that connection after completing the program and continue to work in that company or another company that is in the similar field or industry. With the Master of Science, you have a choice of 28 different subjects. Like we said earlier, the University of Auckland is a comprehensive university, so you'll see many, many options on the slides today. We won't be able to touch on every single one, but we hope to answer some of the direct questions later on. With a Master of Professional Studies, you get a choice between data science or digital security. And the last one that I wanted to touch on here is the Master of Data Science. This one is 180 points, which is 1.5 years, or 240 points, which is 2 years. So between 1.5 year and 2 years, this is a taught master's program for students who have an interest or have a background in statistics and computer science and want to pivot into focusing more on the data science side of things. We'll move on to talking about the business school offerings. Of course, you've got the Bachelor of Commerce with 12 different majors, but the one that I wanted to talk about here is the Master of Management with the 3 different specializations. So you've got from accounting, international business, or marketing. And this is a 1.5 year program, and it runs on quarters. So most of the programs that are offered by the University of Auckland run per semester. So that's half a year, half a year. And these programs on the right here, excluding the Master of Commerce, run on a quarter-based system. So there are more opportunities for you to enroll. If you miss one of the intakes, there's another intake to follow. We'll show you later on how to access all of these programs and how you can find some of the key information such as key dates, program structure, and so on. But one of the most important things that I forgot to mention early on about the business school is that we are triple accredited. So only 1% of business schools around the world are actually triple accredited. So again, you're accessing really, really high quality education through our business school. We'll move on to the Faculty of Medical and Health Sciences. There are 3 main programs that I wanted to touch on here. You've got the Master of Health Sciences. So with the Master of Health Sciences, there are 2 majors. You've got the Health Sciences major and the Nutrition Dietetics major. Under the health science major, you've got a number of different specializations. So from advanced nursing to optometry to mental health to different kinds of imaging, that all falls under the health sciences. And then you've got the Master of Biomedical Sciences. So that is, again, very specialized. You do have to have a biomedical science undergrad background. So a bachelor's level program to be able to go into the biomedical sciences. And last but not least is the Master of Health Leadership. This is a really important one that I wanted to touch on. If you are interested in health management, which is huge at the moment in New Zealand, more than 45% of the jobs in the health industry are non-clinical. So what that means is administrative and managerial and leadership roles within the medical and health sciences. And a lot of the students who complete the Master of Health Leadership go into health management, for example, policy making. So around COVID, if we're thinking about who's making those decisions, it's the students who have completed health sciences and health leadership. They're not the actual clinical doctors that are making the final calls on what to do. Okay.
Thank you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our global studies here. Arts is a very, very huge faculty, very many subjects that you can consider, because with arts, we have from humanities, social sciences, languages, indigenous studies, lots of different programs. One of the top programs that currently is really attracting a lot of students from this region is the Master of Global Studies. So this usually will come after you've either completed a Bachelor in Global Studies or a Bachelor in any other related areas within the liberal arts faculty. And this is going to be a program that is interdisciplinary, talks to all the problems that are being faced in that global context, where you need leaders and thinkers and people who can pull knowledge from many different fields to come together and find solutions or make decisions around the world's global problems. And then you've got the Master of Public Policy, which is again either a 120, that's 1 year, or 180, that's a 1.5 year. It focuses on skills in solving public policy problems. So the importance of an art degree can't be undermined, because really in an arts degree, you're looking about critical thinking skills, improving communication skills. There's research and analysis that comes together where you can learn how to solve a problem using all these skills and to become really cross-culturally competent as well. So some really amazing programs within the arts faculty, and these are all programs that are quite practical. They are embedded in what you can do when you finish. So it's not all just theory based, but it's also very practical based. We've got our law faculty, which is New Zealand's #1 law school. We're I think 62nd in the world, and we have an international reputation for academic excellence. Again, once you come into any of our master's programs, then there are many different options that you can choose from. A Master of Laws, the LLM, has 6 specializations, and you've got legal studies, which is for non-legal, and then you've got taxation, which is actually interdisciplinary between law and business. So you might have done a BCom and you want to learn taxation, and Master of Intellectual Property, which is again gaining a lot of importance, as you would know, in today's very competent world. So we've got some amazing opportunities if you are in that legal space. We can answer your questions later on about what it means to get through the bar examination and so on, because if you want to practice as a lawyer, that has a different spin and a few different steps that you would have to take after you completed your LLM here. We've got a really what shall I say, well-reputed faculty of EDSW, which is Education and Social Work. And these are some of the areas where New Zealand is facing a huge skill shortage. And Vandana will talk to that a little bit later, but I've pointed out 2 particular programs, which is the Graduate Diploma in Teaching and the Master of Social Work Professional. Both of these programs are the ones that lead to registration, which means this is a fantastic pathway for you to come and position yourself to study well in New Zealand, acquire those skills, and then get actually into practice. So if you're holding any interest in the teaching profession, or if you're someone who's looking at how you can give back to the community through social work, when I say professional, it means it's a registered program. There are a lot of opportunities here, and opens up a whole new world for our students who pick these programs and come into New Zealand. Of course, there are a lot of other programs as well. All of them are pivoted on what you can do after you finish. As May was saying, there's a lot of opportunities here, and we've got our creative, a program where you can, Faculty of Creative Arts and Industry, where we've got architecture, design. When we say design, it's more about design thinking rather than design, and it really is again an interdisciplinary program. So we're seeing a lot of students coming into this design program because it brings in skills from what they've learned and how they can be applied. So it's a very applied kind of learning that you will have in this particular program. So there's quite a bit to explore in this program as well. May will talk to you about how you can navigate our website, and I'll leave you to talk about that, May.
Thank you, Amita. So every program that we offer has a program page. It's really important that you access this page for every single program that you might be interested in, because it gives you a holistic overview of the program itself. So what it touches on, the duration of the program. So I'll talk in points, but I'll also translate the points into years, the number of years. The intakes, so for the Bachelor of Engineering Honors, for example, there are 2 intakes, one in our semester 1, February, and the following one is in July. Okay, so the other thing on this page that is really important is key dates in the bottom right corner here. So Amita, if you want to go back to that page, thank you. Key dates here, but also fees and scholarships. So that's of course important, and every program has different tuition fees, and this will give you an estimate, and the entry requirements. So for the entry requirements, once you click on that link, under the program page, it'll give you the exact number of points that you need for your for you. So for example, what your highest qualification is, what country it's from. If you click on India, it will show you the equivalencies of qualifications from India. If your qualification is not listed on here, you just need to scroll down a little bit. Still on this page, there's something called a grade point equivalent calculator. So it's a GPE calculator, and you can translate any qualification that you have into the University of Auckland's grading system. And that'll give you a number because our GPA is out of a 9, unlike the American system, for example, which is out of a 4. Okay, so this tool empowers you to figure out whether or not you're eligible for a program.
Yeah, I would just like to add, May, that if you're looking at any program, please always look at further entry requirements. So you might be able to understand what is it that you additionally need, because some of them might require a reference, or it could be that it requires some solid work experience. So before you apply, look at all of those things. Do you meet the requirements? Because only if you meet the requirements, then it would be worth your while to apply. So you really need to understand whether you are meeting all of the requirements that are expected by the university. Oops, sorry. May?
Yeah, so this is a very important slide. Scholarships. The University of Auckland has over $15 million of scholarships to award for international students. I encourage every single person here today with us considering studying with the University of Auckland to apply for as many scholarships as you can with the University of Auckland, but also look at your other options that are not from the University of Auckland. If you hold an external scholarship, that does not exclude you from gaining a scholarship with the university, okay? So some of the scholarships here that might be applicable to our audience today is the India High Achievers Scholarship. So this is for any program that isn't a doctoral program, so undergrad, postgraduate diploma, and a master's. And that is up to 20,000 New Zealand dollars. This is a one-off scholarship, okay? So it's important to note that this isn't a recurring one. It's a one-off for your first year to assist with your tuition fees. The second one here is the International Student Excellence Scholarship. It doesn't matter what passport you hold. Every single international student that meets the entry requirements for their program needs to apply for this scholarship, okay? Postgraduate diploma or master's or an undergrad, you're all eligible to apply for this one. And that gives you 10,000 New Zealand dollars. And there is 50 of those scholarships to go around. And then, of course, you've got faculty-specific ones. So depending on your program, please have a look on our website. There is many to look through and see what is applicable to you and your situation. And finally, if you are looking at doing a PhD or one of our other doctoral scholarships, we have some very comprehensive scholarships to cover a large sum of your cost. So please look at that as well.
Okay. So talking about pastoral care and the student experience. So we are signatories to the Code of Practice for Tertiary International Students. So New Zealand was the first country globally to actually create a legal document which binds education providers in a way that we are responsible for certain minimum care that we give to our international students. But of course, at University of Auckland, we go over and above that. And we've got a range of initiatives aimed at supporting our students while they're studying with us, be it their personal care, be it their mental health, be it their academic support, providing you with good accommodation options, a fantastic recreation center. And even for your social needs, we have over 250 clubs. It doesn't matter what your interest is. You can join a club because this is where you will meet, make friends, create new networks. You will be able to really express yourself in a way that you'd like to express yourself. So if you come in and you're interested in, I don't know, yoga, and let's imagine there's no such club, then you can actually form your own club as well and link up your friends and get people to share that joy or whatever that you'd like to do. And once you come in, we have a fantastic orientation where all of these clubs will come and approach you and say, hey, do you want to join our club? This is what we're doing. Would you like to experience it for a while? And you can join any of these clubs. So you become part of their whānau, part of that family of the club. And that's how you will actually be well integrated, meet people from different backgrounds and different cultures. And students are really having one of the best times of their lives when they are with us at the university. So that would really cover what we talk about in terms of student experience. Then, of course, we have a really, really well established career development and employment services department. They are award winning. They've been doing a lot of work in that space, and we've got a very specific workplace insights program for specifically targeted to our international students. So when you join this program, you will actually be going through a process of attending many different workshops, networking events, working with the team to be able to get placements to enhance your understanding of New Zealand, understanding of the culture, and really getting prepared for the next phase of getting absorbed into the workforce. There are career expos that happen right around the year. So there's two things. That's the faculty is having career expos, and then the career development and employability services, which is the overarching department, is also having career expos. So you really have no dearth of opportunity to come face to face with those people who will be your future employers. They also have a portal. It's called the My CDES portal. It has got a lot of different tools and a lot of different bits of information where you can yourself be proactive and get support, and you can have one-on-one sessions with them as well. They will help you to get part-time work while you're studying, and of course help you when you finish to look for full-time employment. And they work with you for 3 years after you've graduated. So that's a long journey together and an opportunity for you to really think of the different ways in which you can convert your learning and your qualification into actually a job opportunity. Yeah. So just a little idea of where our students are at and where they're going, many different places where they go. I just wanted to share with you a little two links that you can, if you want to find out what kind of careers are available or what kind of jobs they would translate to. So if you are looking at, for example, am I sharing my screen still? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're looking at a Master of Engineering, and this is a website which is which is run by the government of New Zealand. So it's an authentic website, and it gives you a kind of chance to see what is the kind of salary scale that you might have after you have finished. Sorry, this is the one, is it? See the one which is a salary scale. I'm sorry. I seem to have lost that particular slide, but it tells
it's
you
definitely on there. It's on the link. So we'll share the slides. Go visit the website and have a look at the potential salary you can make.
Yeah. So, and I've gone to another website called Seek. And it just tells you, if you were to just type in engineer, so if you're an engineer and just looking at engineer, and in Auckland, you can already see that there's 1,321 job as of today, which are live and needing to be filled. So this gives you a sense of what is that scope for you when you have completed your studies with us. What are those particular verticals that you are looking at? What kind of job opportunities are they holding for you? So I think this really is, May?
Thank you, Amita. I think those are very, very useful last few slides for everyone. I've popped in the Career Development and Employment Services link on the chat, so please save that along with the Find a Scholarship link. So have a look at the different scholarship opportunities. And we'll also share the slides so you can have a better look at the SEEK website and the careers.gov.nz website. Last but not least, we wanted to talk about how to access our students. So we have some wonderful ambassadors that you can access and talk to if you have any questions about life in Auckland. And I will pop the link on the chat as well. This is a good opportunity for you if you have questions about, you know, what do you eat? Or, I'm from this little town. I see you come from somewhere close to my hometown. What was did you have any culture shock when you first moved in? Where do you get, specific foods from? Those sorts of questions that you might have, these students can help you with some of that. They also have blogs and they also have social media accounts that you can follow where they share a little bit about their life at the University of
on
Auckland.
campus. Yeah. So I think with this from our side, we've finished what we really wanted to talk to you about and give you a background about the university. I think once Vandana then has her little chat, I'll stop sharing here. We really want to hear your questions and have an opportunity to respond to you. So I'm going to stop sharing here.
Thank you, Amita. Thank you, Amita and me, for sharing such helpful information and presenting it so well. Your expertise and passion have truly shown through, and we are grateful for the wealth of knowledge that you have shared with us today. So now it is time to open the floor for questions for our audience. So should I start with the Q&A segment, Ms. Vandana?
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
We have a lot
So
of
we shall
questions,
start.
I can see.
We still have 15 minutes, but we will try to capture as many questions as we could. So the first question, this is for University of Auckland. Which programs in engineering are accredited by Washington Accord or Engineering New Zealand?
So almost all of our programs would be accredited by Engineering New Zealand. And there are some specific programs that are under the Washington Accord because it depends on the subjects that are involved within that. So if you go to the website, each of those subjects will be able to tell you which of the ones are exactly under the Washington Accord. So definitely they are all in that sort of space, and some of them are specifically coming under the Washington Accord.
All right, great. Thank you. The next one that we have again for you, what is the difference between marine conservation and marine studies? Also, please explain the entry requirement. I think this is something that we could probably,
I think we'll have to take that. Sorry, I think it's quite specific, so we will take that question and give you a proper response. So if you've got, Priyanka, if you've got the email address of the student, then we will get back to them with the details. Yeah.
And we can share
Absolutely.
specific links so they can compare the two different programs because essentially they're two completely different programs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Thank you, May. So yes, Amita, what we can do is, in case if you think that your questions are not being answered over here, you can definitely write to us. Please don't hesitate, and you can just send a copy of your CV and write to us on our email address, which is contact@nzimmigration.info. That would be our email address. Okay, so moving next, I will move to the next one, which is what is the difference between Masters of Professional Studies, Data Science, and the Masters of Data Science? Would you be able to take that up, Amita?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the Master of Data Science, I'm not sure, Priyanka, if this is the same question that I'm looking at from Varun. If you're interested in studying programming, so I see you've got questions here around Python language and some of the other languages. You're looking at a computer science degree, so have a look at the Master of Science. majoring in computer science, whereas the Masters of Data Science is more about understanding data mining, having like a wider understanding of all the computer science and statistical analysis of both of those foundational subjects. And with the Master of Professional Studies, that was the third one, right? So with that one, there's 2 specific specializations. So it depends on the student and what they're interested in specializing in.
And I think the professional one often asks for some experience as well. So you might have to have work experience. And I think in addition, they've asked about, is it in the green list or something like that? So I think Vandana can answer that about the green list for data science. I think, I don't know if I'm looking at the same question.
No, that's not the same question, but yes, we can definitely, ma'am, if you could give your insights about the programs that are listed on the green list, how that would benefit them, if they are looking at, future making their career and getting settled in New Zealand. So if you could just give a gist about it, that would be great.
Yeah, thanks so much, Priyanka. So just to make sure that we tell our attendees, so this green list is actually a green list of occupation. It's not the green list of qualification. So just make it very clear. Every day we get these questions from clients. We want to study a course. So you have to choose your occupation that you think you would like to do, that you think you will be eligible for, and then work through and see what is the requirement for you to be eligible for that green list occupation. And if there is a qualification listed there, is when you see what qualification you have to do. For a lot of IT roles, there may just be a salary or remuneration listed there. There may not be any qualification also. And I saw another question which was on the engineering, whether it's accredited by Engineering New Zealand. So yes, Auckland engineering programs would all. So if the question from the attendee was with the aim that if I get an occupation and the requirement is a master's in engineering, a bachelor's in engineering, would Auckland's qualification make me eligible? Definitely it would, because the qualifications are accredited by Engineering New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for summing it. Yes. Yes,
And
Amita.
one of the questions was, do you have a cloud data engineering program too? Now, I think you've got to understand that not all programs are named programs. So if you're interested in a particular subject or a sub-subject in a program, that may not be the entire master's degree. It may be something that's embedded. So that is why I may explain to you, if you went into the program page, they talk about what the program is going to cover. And if the program is going to cover your area of interest or largely cover your area of interest, then that would be the program that you would be considering for yourself, given your personal interest in that particular topic or subject. But you may not always have named programs for every single topic that you are keen to consider studying. I hope that answers that question.
Yes,
Thanks,
it does.
Amita.
Thank you, Amita. So the next question yes.
Sorry, can I just jump in? There's a question here about the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery.
Right.
I wanted to touch on that one, if that's okay.
Perfectly
Sure, that
fine.
was
I
my
think
next
we are-
question. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So, Sylvia, with that question, you have a choice between the Bachelor of Science majoring in biomedical science or the Bachelor of Health Sciences. Those are the 2 pathways to get you to the Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery program. I highly recommend all international students complete the Bachelor of Health Sciences pathway, because that will give you a foundation to some of the Indigenous health challenges that you might not be aware of, being an international student not living in New Zealand. And so when it comes to the interview component, which is at the end of the first year to assess your entry into the Bachelor's of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, you won't fall behind because you haven't had that experience. So understanding the population health is a fundamental aspect, which is covered more so in the Bachelor of Health Sciences. So I'd recommend doing that pathway.
Thanks, May. Priyanka, if that's okay, I would like to, and I'm mindful of the fact that we've got very less time left and more questions,
Right.
so just want to pick this one. This question, the attendee is asking if I would be eligible for a okay, no, sorry, I think I've got. So basically, it was talking about the amount of post-study work visa length after doing a graduate diploma in ECE. So the answer is if you're doing a graduate diploma in ECE, as per the instructions, you get a post-study work visa for the same duration that you studied the course, and the fact that it needs a registration, you get an additional year of post-study work visa as well. So that is to talk about the post-study work rights. And there was a part of that question, what would be the partner's eligibility? So if somebody is doing a graduate diploma in teaching, let's say ECE or secondary, the fact that both these qualifications are listed as one of the requirement for a green list occupation, the partners would have right to apply for a partner of a student work visa. So that's what it is. And yeah, I also see a follow-up or a similar question that I'm doing a teaching job. I have 17 years of teaching experience. Um, so I would like to get my teaching registration and study. So um, teaching registration is a different process, so we need to see whether your teaching qualification is considered as an equivalent to New Zealand Teaching Council, and even if you've not done the teaching qualification and you have a lot of interest in teaching kids, and definitely you could consider studying the program also. One misconception a lot of people have is that a bachelor's of teaching or a bachelor of education is a mandatory requirement for a teaching qualification. Actually, that's not a bachelor or a 360 credit level 7, probably is a requirement on that. So over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. Ma'am, someone did ask the question about the age criteria as well. Do you want to touch base upon the age criteria?
Okay, so for a student visa, uh, actually the instructions don't have any age limit. So we've even done student visa for somebody who was 76 years old. So the age is not something which would prevent you or you should be thinking of. However, if eventually applying for residence is one of your requirement, or if you're wanting to then move on, get a post study and then apply for residence, you should be aware that 55 years is the age that somebody should have when applying for a residence visa. So if you're thinking of residence, keep that age in mind. Only for studying to upskill yourself, age is never a consideration. You could study at whatever age you think of the need to upskill.
Thank you.
Amit?
Yes, thank you. Next one, Amita, I'm going to combine two questions. So the first question is, does the open board or distance education is accepted at the University of Auckland? And the second question is, do you have recognition of prior learning? I'm sorry, you're on mute.
Yeah,
Amita?
sorry. The first question is a no. So if there's open learning, then we will not accept it. It needs to be from a university that's on one of our lists, and that does not cover open learning. So that's not possible. And the second one was about, sorry, what was the second bit?
Whether do you all
Prior
accept
yes,
recognition of
okay.
prior? Yeah.
Yeah. So recognition of prior learning would depend on the program and what the prior learning might be. In a 1-year program, we usually will not recognize prior learning and credit it into 1-year program because international students may not get a visa to be able to come, and then you won't have the post-study work rights if you have not studied for the full 120 points in a face-to-face environment within the program itself. So it is so in that sense it does not. We have in some other programs, if it is a longer program or in a bachelor degree, there may be some amount of prior learning that is recognized, and there is a process to be followed, and it goes through admissions. So the answer is a bit of a yes and a bit of a no, really.
Thank you. All right. So the next one is regarding the scholarship. So based on the scholarship which is offered, it can be used for undergraduate program and get $10,000, New Zealand dollars. I want to take Bachelor of Nursing. How much rest of price for tuition fees will be, will be adjusted for the fees? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, so if the scholarship is 10,000, it will be minus 10,000 of the tuition fees. To find, there's a few tuition fee questions on the Q&A. I recommend everyone have a look at the program page, and on the program page, there is different tuition fees for every different program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. The
I
next
would
one
like
that
to
we
take,
have. Yep, sure.
sorry, just one question I see there. Somebody's asked about 120 credit masters and a 180
Right.
credit masters on what will be the post-study eligibility or a residence eligibility. So just wanted to let you know whether it is a 120 credit or a 180 credit masters makes no difference. If it's a level 9 masters program, now you get, and you've studied that program 30 weeks here in New Zealand, you get 3-year post-study work visa. Towards your residence option, you do get 5 points for your skilled migrant category residence visa towards that. So irrespective of the fact that whether it's a level, it's a 120 or a 180 credit masters. Similar question I would just like to add on. Somebody's asked about PhD and the pathway on to residence. So if you've done a PhD, that means you can secure 6 points towards the required 6 points. Then all you need is a skilled job offer meeting all other requirements on the immigration instructions. And if you get a skilled job offer with an accredited employer, you could then straight away apply for your residence. You do need a job offer is what you should be mindful of. Only the qualification in isolation may not make you eligible. Over to you, Priyanka.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right. So the next one that we have is, I'm sorry, I lost that question. I'll just move to the next one. What is the academic percentage requirement for all the programs available for international students? Do we need to check the overall percentage, or do you all consider percentage in core subjects? So this is specific to do with the academic requirement for applying for any offer. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so I could answer that. You have to go to the program page, and you've got to look at what your qualification is. We've got quite a lot of detail available, so you've got to put in your country, or you can look at what your qualification is. The instruction is quite clear, and as May mentioned, we also have a grade point equivalent calculator. So you need to put in that information. There are cases where your IELTS can be waived if you've studied in an IB school, let's say, achieved a certain percentage there, but all of that information will be given to you quite clearly on what you require on an academic. So you have to fulfill the academic requirements and the English requirements. Different subjects as well might have. So within engineering, if you want to get into a certain specialization, that requirement may be a little bit different from another specialization's requirement. So you really need to drill deep. There is no one one answer fit all kind of an answer. So you will need to go and look at the website and engage with that information, really understand what you want to do, and then position what you have done against it and see whether you make it or you make the cut.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, everyone. It looks like we are running short on time. So we will have to take just one more question right now. Let's see who gets lucky now. So I see that the question that we have is, what is the process of student visa, and will university accept a PT score?
I've responded to the English language requirement one with a link to our English language requirements. So we accept a number of different tests and qualifications that count towards your English language.
Yes.
I can take the student. Yes, thanks, Priyanka. I can take that one. So for the student visa process, when you submit your application to Immigration New Zealand, one important thing that you should be mindful of is that you should have genuine on the documents, your intent to study should come out very clearly in your statement of purpose. It could align with your previous academic qualifications, it could align with your work experience, it could be entirely different. If you've chosen that subject or that course, you would have your reasons to study that course, and those reasons should come out very clearly in your statement of purpose. And there are financial requirement. There are some other requirements which do differ based on the nationality that you are based in as well, or you are from as well. So again, it's a bit of a complex. Immigration New Zealand have their own checklist, and we are there to help if you have questions pertaining to the application, the student visa application and the process.
All right. Thank you, ladies. So, as we come to the end of today's webinar, and before we wrap up, I would just like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all our speakers, Amita, May, and Miss Vandana. Thank you for sharing your expertise and valuable insights with us. Your
And
contribution definitely made today's session informative and enriching. Yes, ma'am, you were saying something.
yeah, I wanted to request Amita and May to just have the last words on, if you would like to say something which you've not been able to, or you've not been but get the opportunity to cover that particular question, please, you have your time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vandana. I think I just want to say I'm really excited to see that there are people from many different regions coming here. I saw Cambodia, I saw UAE, I saw somebody from the Pacific Islands and from India, of course. So really glad that we had this opportunity. There were a lot of questions, I think, that have not been answered, to be honest. So I can't pick one and say that we'd like to, but really would like to engage with all of those questions. So as Priyanka said, please, I request you all to do write an email so that we can pick up those questions and give you those answers. We are really interested to have good students at our university. We really want to see our students engage with our programs and really succeed in what they do. And you're in very good hands. Vandana is outstanding at what she does. So you will really be guided well. And University of Auckland is the top university in New Zealand and also in the top 100 in the world. So we're doing an amazing job with creating some very good future leaders. And we hope that you will be part of that journey with us.
Thank you, Amita. Undoubtedly, University of Auckland is the top university. The moment you type university in New Zealand, the first name that appears is University of Auckland. Because yes, it is in the top 100. It stands at 58th rank. If you talk about it, yes.
Yeah.
And thank you, May. So with that, guys, to all our participants, your questions were really thoughtful.
May might want to just say a quick last few.
Yes, May, please.
No, thank you, everyone. I'm very sorry we didn't get to your questions. That was the main thing I was going to say. And I hope we get your questions via email so that we can answer as many of them. Yeah, thank you all.
It was really nice to see those questions. They were actually very specific, and we really wanted to answer the maximum we could. But yeah, we look forward to you writing those questions, and we'll be happy to provide clarification. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, we see there are a lot of many questions from different streams, but we will get back to you on those questions. What you could do is, in case if y'all feel y'all are not being answered, please reach out to us on our email address, which is contact@nzimmigration.info. And so that we can touch base with you and we would be able to give you more detailed information. So with this, now we look forward connecting with you again in future webinars and events. So thank you, participants, for being so lovely, wonderful, by pouring in such thoughtful questions. And all your speakers, thank you so much. So until then, take care, stay safe, and goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.